want to get off the darkest ground,
Hats.
but gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
Even the flint doesn't make us go away.
Alrighty, well, howdy, y'all, and welcome back to yet another movie night. We are here, and we are live, and we're early tonight. You know, I should have just scheduled it for the regular time, and maybe we would have actually been on time.
It's the weather. You got to work around the potential power outages.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk it being either going out during it or, you know, going out right before we start and then not being able to get started. So we have a little bit of an early night tonight, but that's all right.
I would have thought that the Tennessee Valley Authority would not have allowed a power outage. You know, they've taken all that federal money.
You would think,
Yeah.
but it happens.
Maybe they've been getting advice
frequently.
from Texas.
Yeah, maybe. If so, I'm in big trouble.
So it's Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a panel of lovely people with us this evening.
And me.
And RJ. So we'll start out by saying hi to RJ.
Not lovely, but enthusiastic and having fun. And I love my stupid on this show. It reminds me of how broad the universe is and that people like that exist in the universe.
That's true. We also have with us Chris Kelling.
Hey, good evening, and rushed through supper to get here, so
Uh-oh. What'd you have for supper? Anything good?
leftovers, and it was some kind of rice turkey with lemon zest. I thought it tasted pretty good.
Like
Everybody
substance.
else
We got it.
Well, sometimes
Wait
it
a
can be good.
Wait a minute, they made your turkey out of rice? What?
Amazing technology today, Jenny.
Why did they just eat bacon?
Ooh, bacon is yummy. Especially turkey bacon is really good. I like.
You know
No.
how difficult it is to make rice out of turkeys, though.
No, turkey bacon is really good.
No, it's not. It is the most awful thing ever created.
No, I
It
love
makes
turkey
cardboard look
bacon.
tasty.
Oh my goodness.
Canadian bacon is better than turkey bacon.
No,
Food
it
fight,
does.
food fight.
Turkey bacon. Ground up cockroach pressed into burger patties is better.
You had ground up cockroaches to be able to empirically test this.
I had to get the taste out of my mouth somehow.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm
Well, and
sure
plus
that,
it cleans away some of the cockroaches. You know, if
Oh.
you find them in the kitchen, hey, bon appetit.
I'm sure that clams are better than turkey bacon.
Okay, look, pork bacon comes first, just the regular old bacon. Then turkey bacon, then Canadian bacon.
Made of real Canadians.
Oh man.
It's like how many babies does it take to make baby oil?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Exactly.
I haven't counted recently. I'll let you know next time.
Well, the problem is compressing them to squeeze it out.
That's true. That's true.
And then refining it because not just oil comes out.
Yeah, it requires emulsifiers, I think. And some of
Yes.
those are regulated, and some of them are against the Geneva Convention.
But I mean, the virgin baby oil and the extra virgin baby oil, completely different
And
context.
you know how damned hard it is to find an extra virgin these days.
Oh boy. Anyway.
Even TikTok won't help you.
Anyway.
Aren't extroverts where they get extra virgin baby oil from?
Oh my goodness.
They try to sell the introverted oil, but
Well,
He didn't really want
anyway.
to do anything.
We also have Jenny Morgan here with us tonight, if you haven't already noticed.
Hi, kids.
Hi.
wearing-
wearing pink
I'm
masks.
wearing my pink mask today in honor of the high quality sense that the right wing has for the health of the American public, and their intent to try to kill us all off through continued mutations of the Delta variant until they get one that gets up.
Very rude of them.
Yeah. It's quite difficult to watch the news lately about that sort of thing. All right.
Yeah, but
It's
not
like
on
a death cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Jones on YouTube and running amok in state houses, and yipes, and some of them governors of states.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube, so I can't actually say what I feel about this, but it has to do with you roll the dice, you play the game, and they don't want to take vaccinations. Well, that's their choice, isn't it?
But don't go around anybody, and don't breathe.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Oh, and are we all excited that we're in day 2 of the reinstated Trump presidency?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am
It
thrilled.
looks so different now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tucker Carlson's just like a little kid in a candy store.
All right. Well, we're gonna bring up our wheel.
Oh, stalling won't work anymore, I guess.
No.
Okay.
All right.
What
Here
do
we
we
go. So we've got Tyrant, we've got First, we've got Detained, we've got Free Energy, and we've got Clowns. And let me pull up my folder here with all those lovely
I
titles.
would suspect that clowns applies to all of our offerings.
Well, that's true.
That could just be a generic title. Yeah.
That could just
Category
be
of
like
clowns, and then specifically clowns relating to
Exactly.
clowns.
Well, our videos for this evening are First Amendment audit. Hotel manager says I can't film the hotel. Cops called.
That
And
tort.
that's from a channel called Nasty Nathaniel. We also have Clowns in Space, and that's by Dearth. We've got Free Energy Generator with 100 kilogram flywheel, 12 kilowatt alternator, 100% real free electricity. And
Oh
that's,
yeah, I want to see that one so bad.
and that's from the channel called Electric Multiworks. We also have Leave the Property or You're Gonna Get It. Tyrant found San Antonio, and that's from News Now Patrick. And we have another one from News Now Patrick, and that one is You're Lawfully Detained. Don't move or I'll cuff you. Sounds like the title of a bad
A little
romance
kinky
novel.
to me there.
Oh, hold on, I gotta remove a cat. Ugh. Come on, kitty. All right. Had to
The
remove.
cat is the spy of them.
That's true. He might be.
And it's tougher. Is this the one-eyed cat?
Yes.
Okay, well that makes it harder because the one that you think isn't an actual eye is actually the camera.
Oh, that's how he spies.
It's clever of it.
Very clever.
That darn
Pretty
cat.
damn sophisticated.
All right, so let's see. I got my wheel here, and I
Copyright
got
Disney, I know.
my thing here, and I got this thing here. I gotta get all my things in a row. Hold on.
Yep.
All right. Whoever wants to do our lovely incantation for the evening is
Yeah,
more than
who
welcome.
feels up to pretending to be a tornado?
Well, I don't like yelling, so I probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, well, you can use your dulcet tones. You've got dulcet tones down.
Do I?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are. When I look in the encyclopedia under dulcet tones, I see your picture.
Okay. Well, I'm glad the picture went good. Okay, I can try it. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune, turn, turn, turn. Show us, stupid, that we will burn. Spin it.
There you go.
that was pretty
That's
good.
Pretty dulcet. Wee, wee, wee.
All right, what did we get? Tyrant.
Bang, 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 bang. Tyrant.
Tyrant it is. Aha.
Sick temper tyrannus.
Yeah.
And all that Latin shit.
All right, let me get our video up here. Bear with me 1 second. There we
Better
go.
be stupid.
Oh,
Oh, this is one of the News Now Patricks, right?
It is, yeah.
I'm going to make a proposal here that we fast forward the dead air.
Is there a lot of it? Well, this video is also only 4.5 minutes, so.
Oh, okay.
Do you know that news spelled backwards is swan?
Swen.
Could be a secret message.
Could be.
Or sown.
Probably not,
It'd
but
be-
could be.
It's an anagram of sown.
Yeah, yeah.
The news is Scandinavian.
And it's Elsn, inside out.
Oh my goodness.
See, there's messages everywhere if you're nuts.
Yeah. All right, let me get this resized real quick.
That will help.
Oh, I love it when you resize me.
Oh, oh, resize me, baby.
Not what I meant. All right, I think that's better.
Tighter. Tighter.
And this has got to be
Anyway.
important because there's a picture of a nebula.
Yes, exactly.
We don't waste nebula on unimportant things.
That's
A
true.
nebula?
Oh
Well, that-
dear.
But let's get to the nebulonic truth here.
Yes, I think we should. All right, let me just make sure I got the chat open. There we go. I can see chat and stuff and things. Okay, here we go.
Drink.
Now, tornado.
News Now presents YouTube's one and only Texas Sheepdog 72, Mr. Jack Miller. Texas Sheepdog 72 is an independent journalist based in Texas. Jack's work is devoted to protecting and advancing civil liberties and civil rights in the United States. His videos are intended to entertain and educate those who violate these rights plus those who wish to enjoy their freedom.
You are here. Google Earth 3D.
Was Dallas
It's
or
going
where?
to attack a stadium.
Via Metropolitan Transit San Antonio, Texas via's vision. Connecting our region. Our mission, Via Metropolitan Transit provides regional
This is
wanted to
an
do was ask
advertisement.
which bus to take to get to the Alamo.
So
This
when getting
officer can't
around to the
distinguish between a
Alamo,
citizen
there's
trying
a
to
bus
ask
you
a
can
question and an enemy combatant in Iraq. He knew who I
There we
How you
go.
doing? You got finished? I don't want to interfere with anything official that's going on.
Are you here for transit-related duty, sir? I mean, you're here to catch a bus, right?
Yeah, I just had a question. I just want to make sure you
need a
guys.
question? You need any questions answered? Feel free to contact Via, all right, at the PR desk.
I'm gonna ask you the question. now.
Negative, sir. I already gave you information.
Are you on a call right here?
Yes.
Okay, I'll wait till you're done.
Anyways, if you have anybody, feel free to call up if you need to go and if you have any questions. Take care.
Can I ask you that question now?
As I told you, if you have any
I mean, it's a
questions,
simple yes or no question.
negative, sir.
I answered
I
the
told
question.
you to contact
Can I-
Via.
can I ask you a
feel free to
question?
Contact Via, sir.
Okay, you can leave now.
I'm sorry.
You can leave now. Thank you.
You're free to leave property.
Oh, you're free to leave too.
Okay.
Yes, Jenny.
Now, why would the camera operator give himself a merit badge?
There it is.
You know, I feel like that's not what he was going for.
And the
Oh.
idea that he was giving the policeman a permission to go.
I
He
know.
wouldn't have gone without it.
Well, Okay, so this is they. God, there's just so much stupid. I was stupefied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
God,
sort of thing happens with these videos.
I mean,
Yeah.
first
Does
of
anybody
all,
know what the gotcha question he was planning on asking was?
yes,
Oh,
he wanted to know if that bus went downtown or something like that.
Well, what the
wow.
fuck would the cop know that?
I
And-
don't. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
That's why the cop kept telling him, "Go ask the information lady." You know?
Or use your damn phone thing and Google it.
Yeah.
I bet the bus schedule is on an app,
Yeah. But the
especially in a college town like San Antonio or government
Right.
town, whatever the hell it is.
thing is, these people always say, "Oh, well, I'm taxpayer, so you work for me,"
Mm-hmm.
and that's where he's getting this. You may go now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a real way to gain the appreciation of the cop is to instruct him what he can do.
Yeah.
And of
You-
course,
you
as
can
we
go
know,
now.
every policeman in every city is completely familiar with all the bus schedules of their city. This
Of
is one of the
course.
a critical training feature that they don't bother about things like how to handle meth addicts that they
Right.
encounter on the street. It's the bus schedule. We get our priorities straight.
Well, now I think it's only fair to mention that with the truly advanced technology that we have today, there's no reason why that officer shouldn't know that information. If they would have just installed your basic chipset in this cop's brain and had it
Of course, the
automatically
RoboCop option, yes.
fed by Wi-Fi and or Bluetooth and or cell phone data, that he wouldn't already know this stuff because it's been pumped into his brain and is there for his very access. He just has to close his teeth the right number of times in the right pattern to call up the information.
Yeah.
I just want to know, was the policeman later on that day going to go to the Kim Jong-un lookalike contest?
I
That's what he
think
does, you know, is
I
the-
think we'll
At
move
the
on.
karaoke bar.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, we'll continue on and see what else he's got to say here.
Okay.
If you're here to catch the transit,
Keep your hands where I can see them.
if you're
and you're
here
free
to
to leave.
use the
Keep
bus
your- keep your
system,
distance. Keep your distance, sir.
you know what, sir?
Keep your distance.
You need leave property now.
Absolutely.
So I'm putting up announcements
You need to
about
leave
himself.
property too.
Mm.
You want to come over there and answer my questions?
Leave property.
That's what I'm doing. Is it against the law to walk
Now, what
backwards?
would have been just an
I'm
annoying
moving.
moment in the sun. Oh, they're behind a bus.
You're an idiot. All you gotta do is answer my question if you want to be an
about the
idiot.
bus?
I'm starting
What's
to
your
get
name and badge
seasick.
number?
I know, right?
Officer Bowie, 352.
352?
Have a nice day, sir. Leave
All right.
property.
No problem. Where does the property end at?
Go ahead. Cross the street.
In another
Do not come back
state.
on property.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. Did you want to write a report that you gave me the trespass warning?
This is involving
Okay. So what happens if I come back on property the
You'll
remainder of
find
the
out.
day?
You'll find out. I already gave you verbal notice.
It would be nice to
You as a
know.
former
That's
peace
what you do.
officer should know this.
Oh, you know me. You know me.
I'm being
Is that why you're
ditzy.
being a piece of shit?
Negative. You used to be.
Yeah, you are.
Have a good day.
Right there, baby.
Get off the road, right, sir.
I'm getting off the road. You want to come do something because I'm not?
And I'm hoping for a big bus. to come along
Bye.
while He's crossing the street.
He's number one.
Yes,
He's number
Jenny.
one.
I think it is absolutely critical that citizens keep their eyes on what the police are up to.
Mhm.
I think that there are a number of these First Amendment auditors, as they seem to like to call themselves, who are probably very sensible people and doing a good job.
Mhm.
And then there's a whole bunch of others that are just complete blithering assholes about it.
Yeah.
And their whole game is to play gotcha with the police, to create a situation, to so-called audit, and to just play a game with them. It's disrespectful of the officers. I mean, because no matter how we feel about cops and the fact that they really do need to come under better control,
Mhm.
they are out there. They are doing things that make it safer for us and putting their lives on the line doing it.
Yeah.
And for this idiot to come around and just disrespect them because he wants clickbait and views is absolutely reprehensible.
Yeah. In
This
an
guy-
area
I-
where it's unlikely that there's any serious thing going. This is a bus stop. And they're just people getting on buses and all the rest. It's not as though there's a confrontation between people protesting over Antifa or something where there's actual issues involved. This is just a policeman that's there for whatever purpose. That it's a distraction to everything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, audit them, but let's audit them for legitimate reasons, not this kind of made up horseshit. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, even like right before we paused, the police officers tell him to get out of the roadway, and he's just egging him on, saying, oh, what are you gonna come do something about me not, standing in the roadway, that sort of thing. Like, the only purpose of that is to get a rise out of the officer.
Actually, I think that the officer was so wise to this guy's tactics that he returned the tables and was trying to get a rise out of the dude.
Mm-hmm.
Him to step over his bounds so that he could get busted.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. All right.
Won't they have a problem if we have all of the robotic policemen in the future that can't be riled and can't be goaded and and can supply information and have instant access? They would be able to ask that question, and they'll just kind of Alexis everybody to boredom.
Yeah.
The other thing I always recommend to these especially the bogus auditors who like to say you work for me is to take the entire police budget, divide it by the number of taxpayers in the city that you are in, and when you find out your portion that you have paid in, that's all the time that you got for these people.
Your 100th of a cent, your time is up.
That's right.
Come back when you have something serious happening.
Yeah.
The thing is, let's say like CT Transit, who handles all the buses in the Hartford area, it's a private company. It's subsidized by the city and state, but it's a private company. So these things. Oh, you're a public service. If they're talking to like a bus driver or a person in the information booth, oh, you're a public servant, and it's like, no, I'm not.
Oh boy.
Now, if this were a Doctor Who episode, the buses would actually be run by strange aliens, and everybody that gets on the bus is then transformed into a pod person during the trip, and so they're gradually taking over.
And they'd be much bigger on the inside than the outside.
Absolutely, yeah, and that would be vastly more entertaining than this video was.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, I'll see if there's much left to it. There's only I think 20 seconds.
And somehow or other, the city of San Antonio managed to persist.
Here we go.
Clever white. Yes, and you're not enemy combatants. You're just annoying pricks.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, he needs to realize when he is in police uniform, he is a police officer and not a soldier. We are United States citizens and not enemy combatants. Well, first of all, I don't think that he knew that when he's in a police uniform that he's a police officer. So thanks for informing him. But on
And of
top
course,
of
you'll
that,
notice he pulled the gun out right away, so he was behaving in a very soldierly way. Right from the
yeah,
get-go.
there's just so much wrong with that. But yeah.
So
I
on the
think,
pomposity index of 1 to 100, we're at about 60, I think, at the moment.
yeah.
Filmed on location in San Antonio, Texas. No buses were injured in the course of this debate.
Starring Buey the bus cop. I'm not sure that he was a bus cop necessarily, but okay. All right. Well, bear with me 1 second here, and we'll bring up our wheel again and see if we can get another stupid for the evening.
Texas Sheepdog 72. I wonder if that is the year the band was born or his IQ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very possible. It could be both. Double dipping here.
All right. So let's see. OBS. And close that.
All rights reserved. You're welcome to him, Sheepdog.
72 is the metric weight of his brain.
Yeah.
in grams.
Milligrams.
Angstroms.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
there we
goodness. Okay. There we go.
The limit as it approaches negative.
Send in the clowns.
All right. So, I think we should spin the wheel again. What do y'all think?
Absolutely. Spin
Sure.
it. Spin it. We need the
Spin
spin.
Spin it. Da-da, da-da, da-dum, da-dum, dum, dum, da-dum, dum. Dum, 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 dum,
Or
dum, da-dum, dum. Da-da-da-da-da,
I can't
dum,
do Wheel of Fortune on
da-dum,
this.
da-dum.
Hey, we have
Yay!
clowns.
Send in the clowns. There really should be clowns.
All right. This
Stephen
is
Sondheim will sue if I sing this too long.
Clowns in Space
I don't
by
think we have
Dirth.
to worry. I don't think we have to worry about copyright with the way we sing. So.
Yeah.
Certainly the way I sing. No one is ever going to even describe it as singing.
I was gonna say it would have to be considered singing first.
Yes, indeed. I'm nowhere near that. I'm safe.
All right, bear with me 1 second here. I'm gonna put the wheel
Who's in
away.
Space.
We
Are we
tuck-
going to see like people with little red noses and all that? I will be disappointed if I do not get to see Bozo class clowns literally floating in space.
Well, I expect you to be disappointed, RJ.
Oh, faking the delay and other nonsense in fake space, and it is
Oh,
important
no.
because it's in caps.
Oh dear. All right. I think we're
Faking
all
the delay.
set.
So this is all about former Speaker of the House Tom DeLay, or
Oh, God.
Ah.
Yeah.
or whatever, the minority leader, or whatever the hell he was.
All
I had
right.
purged brain, and you just brought it back.
I'm
Dan.
sorry. I shouldn't have mentioned something as spooky as Tom DeLay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right. This, and we get the chat pulled
Which is
up.
the nickname his wife gave him from their sexual escapade.
Yes. How many delays can a delay lay when a delay? Well, something like that.
I think that's enough delays. I think we should get going with our.
Meta.
All right, here we go.
How do you hear me?
Who is now a senator, by the way.
Miles, we have you loud and clear. How do you hear us?
5 by 5, Commander Mark Kelly. Good to see you guys. You look hale and hearty. Congratulations on installing the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer. How do you hear me?
Drink.
Yeah.
Yes, Jenny.
This guy is such a putz.
How do you really feel about it?
Yeah.
Of course, there's only delay in one direction, or apparently it seems that way because of the way communications actually work. You know, you have the delay that goes up to them, you have the delay that comes back from them, but then the moment you hear it, you can respond. And so there appears no delay in your response. Duh, but it still takes the same amount of time to get back to them.
Yeah.
Especially if the one that isn't having the delay is the feed that is being directly put in. So the reporter's feed, for example, you're hearing their stuff real time. You can only have a delay, which was probably working out to like a 2.5 second delay because it's out and back.
That's so stupid. Not even Level Earth Observer is that dumb.
I mean, he's pretty dumb.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah.
This is pretty dumb. Is he Alex Stein dumb?
Jeranism dumb?
Yeah, we'll see how they're. Now, this had better be more entertaining, or it's going to show pretty low on the Jaron meter.
Yeah.
This has got to do better than just say harping on the thing. How long is this diatribe?
This one's only 3.5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So there's a perhaps banging the drum very shortly over 3 minutes, repeating the same claptrap over and over again. Okay.
I have a feeling it's going to be a text only. I
Yeah, I
don't think
think
there's
so.
going to be any.
All right. Well, let's continue on.
Miles, we have you loud and clear. How do you hear us?
5 by 5, Commander Mark Kelly. Good to see you guys. You look hale and hearty. Congratulations on installing the alpha magnetic spectrometer.
Yes.
I don't really have anything to say. I just figured everybody could use an extra shot.
That's true. And didn't they just repeat the same segment over again?
Yep. I didn't rewind it. He just repeated it.
Right. So they've established that the science reporter on the PBS NewsHour, who has zero delay on their recording because he's there, cannot avoid but have a delay when they're communicating with a space station. And that's the only time the delays are coming in. So if it is he thinking like the PBS NewsHour is like in another continent and there should be a delay from their reporter as well as the feed from the satellite? Do they understand how like television works? By the way, the reporter is the guy with the one arm on PBS. You know, you often just have to spot sometime that he lost one in an accident of something quite a few years ago. And he's a wonderful reporter, as opposed to this nitwit that's putting this video on.
Yeah.
Which reporter is that?
The voiceover that you're hearing, I've forgotten his name, but he's their main science reporter at the PBS NewsHour, and he does all the technical things and stuff. And I'm not sure. This obviously had to be a ways back because the guy in question that they're talking to is a senator on Earth now. So this has been presumably not a really super duper recent thing.
No, Mark Kelly hasn't been up for over 2 years, I think now.
Yeah. So our nutball is a slow. There's a delay on the time it takes him to appreciate a thing that's delayed in space. It's like years for that to go through. What accounts for that?
Is that
although I thought 5 second delay seem excessive considering it's only 250 miles above the Earth, but you know, it must be just all the different layers of stuff it's got to go through to get there.
I think it's actually because they go through communication satellites, and all those are geocentric.
Well, and then PBS has to get whatever feed they're getting into their system, and I can see it in adding up to that. That just seems
and remember, PBS's sound system is run on squirrels in little wagons, in little wheels. So that adds a variable.
The delay to the moon system was only about 7 seconds, I believe. Or wait, no, they said it was about 4 seconds. I thought that came out when the guy was trying to do the manual timing in his head for filming the ascent stage, taking off from the moon, lunar surface.
Yeah, to figure how it would look back home by the time the signal arrives there.
Yeah, that after 4 seconds, he actually said, "Okay, let's pan up and see what happens," and it worked out just fine.
And needless to say, NASA has no direct chit chats with their little Mars rovers because it takes hours to get stuff together.
Yeah, unless Richard Nixon's there, he can.
That's true. Yeah, he uses the hyperspace portal
right away. He's pretty special.
Was
but then
that
again, it's just his head in a vac, so it just floats around.
Was that Miles O'Brien? Is that the news
yeah, that
reporter?
sounds right. That sounds right.
Okay, I found.
He's been doing years and years
Google
of work.
thing.
Apparently, he's not in on the fraud. He must take this seriously.
Everybody else is in on the fraud.
Absolutely, yeah. Everybody.
I know. I get my check every month.
Well, I am pissed. I don't get my check.
They've been delayed.
I want that damn shill check, NASA, and with as many zeros in it as possible. Otherwise, I'm going public.
Yeah, but how many zeros before or after the decimal point?
That's true. If they just have a lot of zeros on there, they don't actually bother about a number until they get over the cent category. I better be more careful about that. That's the damn. I got to be more careful signing my shill contracts.
Exactly.
There must be a shortage of zeros because I asked them to add just one zero to my check.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't do it.
Oh man! All right, well let's see what else he's got. Maybe he's gonna change up his
yeah,
the
maybe
same
we
clip
get to
he's
see
playing.
the same signal 3 times.
That's great news. I wanted to, before we get
Creepy
to the questions
guy.
from folks, there wasn't a lot of time for folks on Google Moderator to weigh in on
There
the
we
pile
can see
damage.
Miles.
I'm curious what your thoughts are on what you've seen.
Because he smiles.
How concerned are you about these ding
He's trying to
piles
smile to
on,
be on
Belgium?
freaking news.
Exactly. Do we ever get to see the guy that's doing the flat Earth video?
We took a look this
No,
morning
probably
at
not.
some of the photos and the
Because we
message
could find
traffic
out
that
whether
came
he
up.
ever
There's
looks
3
creepy.
areas that are a little bit of concern. That's certainly not as graceful as it could have been. That's why we usually hesitate to do those, but it's certainly fun to do.
I gotta say, at least you're having some fun up there. You're not going to the Olympics with that. Keep the day jobs, guys, or night jobs on this mission.
By the way, the music is probably added. I don't think that would have been on
Yeah, probably not.
the
Yeah, Miles,
PBS
and I'll,
NewsHour,
send
which
you one of
tends
these
not to
bracelets.
be on.
You know, when I'm looking at this clip, it reminds me of who was that woman that we used to watch videos of that she always made videos about the woman on NASA at the space station with the real curly hair. And she also did the 5G towers, Death Tower videos, but I can't remember who she was. I haven't seen anything new out of her.
If she has exited your memory, you should consider yourself extremely blessed.
Oh, I just thought of it. It was Madison Star Moon.
Oh, yeah. Now there's a name, isn't it?
I wonder if she's
And
done.
now Madison Star Moon will tell us
Yeah.
about something.
She always made videos about these kind of clips from news, broadcasts with, astronauts at the space station. Let's see. No, but she's got death rays recently and chemtrails.
Ooh.
Oh boy, chemtrails. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Nothing on Jewish space lasers, though, huh?
The Virginia Beach Scumset, SCUMSET instead of sunset. Oh, there's a moon landing hoax video. All right, NASA trickery exposed. Okay, she's still doing her NASA videos, so
Isn't that
I feel
sweet?
better.
Why don't you copy the link for that, and we'll do that one next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her whole channel link in my folder so I can pull it up for next week because she's got some interesting ones. That's for sure. She does all the different conspiracies. She doesn't limit herself to one conspiracy.
Ecumenical conspiracies. yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's see if we can finish out Dirth's video here.
Yeah.
I would like one. Thank you to all of you very much. Appreciate you.
And this is impressive to us. How? Yeah, I guess he's thinking. He's shifting the image back and forth under
Yeah,
the
Miles,
impression
and
that
I'll,
somehow
send you
or
one
other
of
this
these
is being
bracelets.
held by the
I
little
would like
wires or
one.
something.
Thank
I
you
guess he
to
thinks.
all of. I would
Yeah.
like one. Thank you to all of.
Oh, he had an itch.
Yeah.
How terrible. What is he
And
supposed
we're
to be
going to slow it
showing?
slowly, like that helps.
I don't
Why
even
don't
know.
we see a wire there?
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. know you
I
got a
don't even
busy
know what he's
mission
trying to
ahead.
show. Nothing but
Nothing
nonsense.
but nonsense on this video. That's pretty true.
Ah, the International Fake
International
Station.
Fake Station.
Ah,
Yeah, isn't
so
that,
clever.
Isn't he Whitney?
He's loud.
Isn't this the guy who's not gotten a single thing right ever?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
there's
is
this,
amazing.
There's
But,
this
yeah.
flat Earth clock.
Ooh, a moon and zodiac clock app.
Oh, he's the
Your
one
answer to
responsible for
Google
that.
censorship
Yes.
available on Google
He's the one to actually make that piece of crap.
Yep.
by Blue Water Bay.
Ah, oh dear.
It's got
Well.
numbers and it's got things that dial around.
Well, yeah, and it tells you where the sun. You're supposed to be able to see the sun, and
Yeah.
oh
And
dear.
explains nothing whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah. But
All
it'll
right.
make the person who has it imagine that they know something.
Well, thankfully,
'em
we're able
feel
to knock
better.
that one off the list.
Whee! Now,
All
and
right.
I must say, I am disappointed. I didn't see any clowns. I didn't see any. I didn't see any red noses. I didn't see any little faces pop on there. I was all revved up for some proper clowns.
Yeah, I'm
And
sorry to disappoint you, RJ.
I tell you, my little teeny ego here is just dashed to the ground.
Yeah. All right, let's take that one off the wheel.
Yeah, boy. So now we're down to 3.
And then there were 3, and they don't fit very nicely on the wheel anymore for
First,
some
free,
reason, but okay.
and whatever the hell
First,
that is.
detained and free energy.
Yeah.
Let's see how long each
I'm
of
rooting
those
for free
is.
energy. I want
Can't
to find
you-
out
can't
about
you
how to
rotate
use
the
my
text?
flywheels.
Can't you rotate the text like 90 degrees?
No, it doesn't allow you to do that. It's through Streamlabs. It's lame.
Well, don't you enjoy reading things upside down?
Well, I was just thinking that if they were rotated 90 degrees, they would have more horizontal space
Yeah.
and they wouldn't be cramped.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't allow you to do that in the widget on Streamlabs.
Yeah, and they have a really bad algorithm
Yeah.
compression algorithm.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a 5-second delay on their algorithm. Think about it.
Let's see. Yeah, that's certainly not better.
However, it matches the content of what the videos are, I think, much better.
First.
Wow.
And then there's
That
And
certainly
and why can't you color each eye section differently?
It's starting to look like a squash spider.
Well, now I just made things worse.
but can't possibly be as bad as the content of the video. There's
I'll
nothing
fix
you
it a
can
little
do to-
more.
There we go.
This is a classic example of how poorly Windows applications are written.
Yeah.
They're all part
Well,
of
this one,
them.
yeah, this is a Streamlabs one. Let's see. Maybe.
Oh well, they're not the only ones. I
No.
promise. They're in a very large club.
Ta-da!
Ooh, colors.
Ooh.
Jenny wanted different
now
colors.
That's nice. That's
I'll figure out the text thing next.
Our apologies to any colorblind viewers in the audience or people watching it on a black and white monitor.
Yeah.
Did we spin it or are we?
No,
or
we
wait-
didn't
No,
spin
no,
it
no,
yet.
we have
We
not
were.
yet spun.
I was busy messing it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. We are going to spin our lovely wheel. Ooh, look at the colors.
Ooh, persistence of vision.
Ooh, ah.
If you blink real fast, it's like stop action, man.
Hey, free energy. Also known
Free
as
energy.
free
Oh,
energy.
we're gonna find out about the damn flywheels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is free energy.
I have a
generator.
collection of like hundreds of flywheels cluttering up my basement. Now I'll know what the hell to do with them.
There you go.
Drink.
Yes, Jenny.
There's
Just to
no
get a
such
drink.
thing as there's no such thing as free energy. Okay, next.
Yeah, I think
I
we're gonna.
think somehow or other the topic of thermodynamics might come up.
Oh, possible. All right, I got our video.
Ooh,
up.
it's got images.
It does. It has stuff and things.
Wow. It's
Oh.
like I'm going into a video game.
Yeah, I usually prefer my things being stuffed. So
Anyway.
How long is this extraordinary adventure?
Oh, this one's a whopping 13 minutes.
Ooh, okay, get your tents out. We're gonna be here all night.
All right, here we go.
oh,
Wow. Well, he had to do some welding to build that.
yeah, it's actually a fairly impressive structure.
Yeah, nice paint job. And there we go. Okay, we got our 100 kilogram
100
flywheel.
Well, wow, that is a formidable flywheel.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Ooh, and it spins. Goes in more than one direction. Okay, so far there's nothing terribly shocking here. Okay. And then he puts his 12 kilowatt alternator. Okay. And then a 3 horsepower electric
Now,
motor.
for the audience, a few technical points. An alternator is a device that generates power based on a spinning device, the magnets inside, and blah blah blah, and then it rectifies that voltage, which is DC, that it creates into an AC, or it creates an AC signal, and then it converts it to a DC signal for the output. Okay, it's what's in your car, of course, and the more energy it charges, the more magnetic power is happening internally, which wants to make it slow down. Okay, so you have to have a constant drive on an alternator, and it has to be able to be faster. Well, never mind.
And at this point, we are now way past the science level of this video.
Yeah. I'm really curious as to what the output of the alternator is. Yeah, I think he said it was 12 volts, but that's not what matters. The amperage is what matters.
Okay. Now let him install the rubber bands.
All right, sorry. Had to stop the dog from putting the cat's head in his mouth.
Okay.
He does that, and then she likes it and goes back for more. And I don't know what's wrong with the two of them, but they're weird.
That looks like 2x2 steel piping, and then he's got some cross bracing stuff. They're fairly common components. The company I used to work had that kind of raw material knocking around all over the place. He might have scavenged these from where he worked. That's a possibility.
I mean, it's definitely a solid design.
Yeah, it's well made. It's everything's very nice and
cute little feet
precise
on
angle gears and.
All right.
Pine tree shrubs
quality
in the
of
back.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's see him install all of his little stuff together and make free energy. 6-inch pulley, 4-inch pulley. Okay. 8-inch pulleys.
By the way, I first thought of this idea of having a motor and an alternator back in about 5th grade. Which is when I first found out it's not possible to make this work.
Right.
Okay. So he's going to have one little pulley that's going to go down to the generator, and another one, the alternator, and then the other one to the other one. And then he's going to spin it all around, and somehow or other it's like going to go forever or what?
And like a typical idiot, it's not free power unless you got all those parts for free.
Yeah.
Well, besides that, yes. Ooh, a little thingy there to give it tension.
That tensioner needs to be spring loaded, kid.
Okay, wee. And notice how the little wheel wants to stop. Okay. Now let's get to the a little critter ran in the background.
That was a chicken.
Yeah. And we got a bunch of lights, okay, that he's going to plug into something. Into the alternator. Uh-huh. So am I under the impression he's going to show that if you spin the wheel, it will light the lights up for a while?
I think so, but...
Okay. But we will find out whether or not he is arguing that the wheel will continue to run, like without any additional input.
Yeah.
He went to the MacGyver School of Tinkering. Okay, enough of this screwing around. I must say, it's a jaunty score.
We should give us a good shot of the face of that device.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what do you think it is?
Chris? Chris? Chris has gone to sleep.
Yep. I think we lost Chris.
Yep. I
can't
hope
tell.
he's asleep.
I can't tell if it's some sort of power converter, or if it's just a meter for measuring, power.
Hope he doesn't have a battery stuck in there secretly.
No, unlikely.
Okay.
I just wish I could see the face.
And why all the lights? He could have put just like one light up, but he really wants to go overboard with the whole battery of lights.
Well, he needs a battery in the project.
Yeah. Maybe that's where the batteries are hidden underneath the light bulbs. Or are they going to like spell out funky little things on there, and he can send messages to the Martians?
No. You see, this will work. I mean, this thing is going to generate power. It's going to light his lights, and then he's going to say, "See, this is free energy because the motor keeps it turning." Except, how's the motor being powered? And if you let it to its own device, if you take the motor out of circuit, thinking that the flywheel is going to keep it turning, there's this little force called friction. It is going to win every time.
Yeah, I don't see this working indefinitely.
Yeah, well, remember, the video is not like 100 hours long, so clearly he cannot show us this running for too long.
All right, well, let's see what else he's got.
Was he just wrap that cord around through the hole where the pulleys are?
Oh, but it's sure damn close to that belt.
I feel like that is not safe.
Do not stand in the plane of the flywheel. Never, ever, ever stand in the plane of a flywheel. Never, ever.
Oh my God.
Yeah, see, I don't know how that could work unless there's a power source running it.
Yeah, just put those fingers in around those moving belts.
Yeah. None of that seems safe. But doesn't one of those contraptions have to be powered in order to make this work?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so why don't you just plug the lights in directly to the power supply?
Right. Like, then that's not free energy. You're spending energy.
See, if you were then taking the output from the alternator and giving it to the motor, I thought that was what he was going to try to do.
Right.
Yeah, you see, there's a little black cord that's coming out there that goes off to the right.
Okay, see,
where does now he's disconnected.
So he is plugging it in. So there's circuitry in there that it keeps it going, but it's not.
It's not going to continue to go forever.
If it's powered that way.
Yeah, it's already starting to slow down.
You know, his safety rating just continues to go up.
He makes sparks.
Never mind the fact that you could chop his leg in, pieces here.
So we got whatever those are, maybe 20-watt bulbs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about a dozen in there. So you can calculate how much watts are temporarily running there. And then whatever the energy is on the other thing.
Those look like some of those decorative bulbs that are like 40 watts.
Right.
And then you could calculate how long you see it running to calculate how much total energy is actually being extracted and work out whether or not the amount of energy that was plugged in originally could have acquired all of that, and that this will only be running until
the other
it
thing,
runs out.
Con artists who do this particular experiment, and people, this has been done for decades and decades and decades. Everybody thinks that they have conquered the energy question with this device. It's common.
Mm-hmm.
And people, the secret is that they change the way that they make the power to the alternator happen. Okay. or the rotation of the flywheel. What keeps the rotation of the flywheel going? Some people have come up with very interesting devices that will actually have gravity get it going. Many times, these kinds of devices, as sold by con artists, they will label them as perpetual motion machines.
Right.
Okay. And as we all know, perpetual motion is absolutely impossible, because once you build a machine like this, what gets it going the first time? If it was perpetual motion, it would spin the moment it's all assembled.
The welder thing, doesn't it have two cords coming out of it, and then the other one that's plugged into the light array? So where is the one cord is clearly going to where sparks are coming out? Is the other cord actually out to an external power source, and that it's also supplying additional power into the grid via the plug-in? So
well, that's a cheap little Harbor Freight type 110 volt MIG welder. They probably need 25 amp circuit to run. And if he kept that going for long enough,
so he wasn't plugged into something else.
Yeah, no. If he kept that run long enough on his circuitry, he'd burn every piece of wire in there. Welder.
Oh dear.
I mean, it would literally burst into flames.
Wow. That would not be good. Oh, now he's speeding it up.
And perhaps some cuts. Does it ever look like there was the occasional image cut?
I've also muted the sound of this video going to the stream, because I'm not sure if that's copyrightable music or not.
Yeah. But there were at least incidents of where there was a time when it was a cut.
Yeah.
To where the image flashed, and that means what? There could be minutes, hours of, or the next day at exactly the same time, where he's recharged everything and restarted the stuff. So there's opportunities for trickery to go on in here.
This is true.
It looks right pretty though, doesn't it?
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a well built machine.
Mm-hmm.
It just
I will give him that. I won't argue that point.
Mm-hmm. It's just not going to do what he's claiming it does. It's not free energy. He says
anchored.
He says 100%.
If he had the proper wiring so that he could load everything as much as it's capable of putting out, that alternator is capable of putting out, and that's a very large alternator. That thing's probably easily capable of amperage in the hundreds and hundreds of amps output. You would find that if you started to load that alternator for everything it's worth, there is no way that motor is going to keep up. There is just no way. At a slow speed like this, running a bunch of light bulbs, of course it can. That's child's play. A light bulb is nothing. Okay.
So why has there not been a pile of clever people who have duplicated this and taken themselves off of the electric grid?
Well, but there has. This experiment has been done hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of times, many of which you will find on YouTube. Because everyone thinks they're a genius because they came up with this. But you got to measure what your inputs are, what your outputs are, and actually demonstrate that it's running itself efficiently, that it can do it. But there's always an imbalance in the numbers, and the numbers always win. Always. Friction is the biggest enemy there is in power gen. One of the biggest enemies.
Yeah, another cut. You keep on getting these cuts. So why do I feel that he spliced together a series of moments where he's come in and restarted the thing, and then we jump to another thing until it runs out and cuts before it slows down, and then come in and restart it, and then another cut, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I think you might be
right. So I must express a certain skepticism about the veracity of this display.
There, see how it's going down?
Woo!
that proves that you cannot create power without scavenging some of that power to create more power.
Right.
And as long as you do that, the formula never works out. You always consume more than you expend. Or produce, I should say, not expend.
Right. Interesting. I think that's
This is pretty basic electronic physics.
And then for some insane reason, he decided to stop it.
Yeah.
I'm just a poor car mechanic, and I know this shit's.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Doesn't do what he is saying it does. It is not 100% real free electricity.
But it looked good, especially if you can do cuts.
That's true.
The only free energy that is out there, and it's still not free because you have to expense the materials to build it, are solar and wind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because once they get going, they just keep going as long as.
And
they have
in a sense, wind is just another variety of solar energy.
Yes.
And indeed, even fossil fuels are just really old stored solar energy.
Well, yeah.
T. Hanks. That wouldn't be Tom Hanks, would it?
Yeah.
I don't
and
think
if we
so.
move the letters around, we can make that into skank.
All right. We've got 2 left. Let's see.
The first and the
The Detained.
Oh, the Detained.
Yeah.
The Detained, a failed series on Netflix starring
Hey, pal, Patty.
Nicolas Cage and Sammy the Cat.
Look, it's Christmas colors.
Or the Limu Emu is branching out from the advertising commercials, and so he branches up with Nicolas Cage in The Detained.
That's StreamYard's idea of red. Ooh. It looks looks like a Buddy Pink.
Yeah, it's kind of a brick red, not a fire engine red.
Now
an
it's
anemic blood red, and the other one is sort of like chartreuse green. Yeah, the arrow's a red. That's a standard red. That's your good old post office box red. But the other one, that's not. Well, that's red. Holy shit! Wow, that is definitely red.
Turn that volume down.
And no doubt that's red. Wee.
I mean, look, you asked for red.
And we got
so
it. We
red, it's
cannot
making
complain.
the green look yellow.
We asked for it. Okay.
All right,
Spin
that's a little
that
duller.
wheel.
All right.
50-50.
Bung, 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 bung. Detained. The red sought out its own red,
Is this
attributing
a Karen?
anthropomorphic tendencies to digital objects for no apparent reason.
Is this a Who video?
Who?
Yeah,
What? When?
Karen,
Where?
Karen, yeah.
This is this is you're lawfully detained. Don't move or I'll cuff you. This is the
Okay, so we're into like
PayPal
handcuff
Patty,
fetishes and stuff like
Yeah.
that for this one, right? Okay.
apparently.
See, now my response to that would be to move all over the place.
News Now
That's
Patrick.
kind of cool.
Okay.
Technical about it.
Let me put that back out to the stream so they can hear it. Okay.
So
I'm
we
sure
get to find out who is being lawfully detained. Is it
That's
like
true.
a random person on the street, or a police person, or like
I just
a
object to
deranged
them.
bus?
I just object to them portraying cuffs as a negative thing.
right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Depends on if they got
I
like
just
little fuzzy
object to
ones
them,
or
period.
All right. I think we're all set and ready to go. Are you guys ready?
yeah. Oh, as ready as
Sure.
we ever will be. As ready as we can ever be with such
Hey,
crap.
look how long we've gone in the show. And there hasn't been any yelling.
That's true.
It's true. Yeah.
Wow.
We've all been calm and serene. We're all on Valium, aren't we?
Every time I say that's true, all I can think of is the tree lady. With the What was it? The angry trees and the cool and
Yeah.
uncool trees. That was it.
I've never had any anger from any of the trees in my yard.
No, I've had those uncool trees.
Yeah. Now some of them may wave their little limbs at me, but that's only because there's bloody wind blowing.
We had some storms that went through here, and we had a genuine tragedy with a tree around here.
Oh yeah.
One of the great old dead trees that stands in the marsh broke one of its main branches, and it came down, and it was the branch that was holding an eagle's nest.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. Now, fortunately, the brood has fledged for the year,
But they won't be
one
back.
of the one from the brood has been hanging out in the nest, which is kind of unusual. It's like he has separation anxiety, and it was so sad. I went by it yesterday, and here he was in one of the other branches, just looking forlorn. With nowhere. It was really kind of sad.
That is sad. Poor
Then
dog.
later, an ambulance chasing lawyer talked one of those little eaglets into suing the parent for building their nest in a structurally unsound limb. It got on, Jerry Springer. It was very, very, very intense.
Well, this was an old nest. I've known about this nest for 6 years.
Wow.
And it's probably older than that. The eagles reuse the same nest over and over.
Right.
So now one of our breeding pairs is going to have to find a new place, because there's no other bee that's adequate in the tree for a nest, or at least not in my opinion.
Right.
It's
Well,
just
hopefully they're able to find another tree, maybe
now
nearby.
let's find out what the hell the blue lights we're looking at are.
I'm sure they
okay,
will
good.
find, but we won't. It won't be in view.
Yeah.
More than likely, and that's the tragedy that we won't get to watch.
Yep.
And this brood, it was a brood of 2, which is always good for an eagle. They usually their eggs are so far apart, one is much bigger than the other, and the big one usually kills the other.
Right.
Or I shouldn't say it kills it. The parents will favor the larger of the
Right.
eagles, and the other one will kind of starve to
Now,
death.
everyone in the live chat, give Jenny a rousing round of applause for the skill and precision with which she has delayed our watching this video. Excellent,
I'm
excellent
not-
stalling tactics.
I'm not done. You can tell. You can often tell eagles' gender by their size. The males are significantly smaller than the females, and so this is a brood of 2 females, and so this. It's not this little bird. It's this really big fucking bird. Female eagles are easily stand 18 inches or more tall, and of course they have their 6 foot whatever wingspan. It's well, such is life.
Yeah.
And the tale of the lesbian eagles.
All right. Well, I think we should start up our lovely
Yeah,
video.
I'll find out is that an oncoming car or space aliens or what?
Hey, did that qualify for a sentence? Do I get some extra points this week?
Nope.
Ninip. News now,
News now.
Patrick.
Hey, pal Patty.
Okay, more dizzy cam. Got an image stabilizer. Turn it on, you idiot. More suburban somewhere.
Are you mocking me?
Drink.
Oops. Yes, Jenny.
Gosh, does anybody think that this guy is setting this up purposely to just
Of course.
kind of make a scene here? And
He
know,
wants content for his channel, so
because it's normal to walk through random neighborhoods with a video camera just for the fuck of it.
And looking into cars, and then somebody comes along and reports that somebody's looking into cars, and so the police come to ask, was that what's going on here?
Yep. Now listen, he's about to tell the officer why he's doing this.
Oh. I think Jess died.
But I love the expression on the policewoman's face.
All right. Apparently, I was talking to myself. I was on mute by accident.
That's the I'm done. I'm just cleaning up after my O face.
Yeah, she's moved on to Q.
Yeah. No volume. Okay, hold on. All right. I mean, don't worry, guys. You didn't miss a whole lot, but yeah. Apparently, the chat had no volume. I must have not turned it back on correctly. Okay. That's going. That's going. Everything's going where it's supposed to go now. All right. Well, we'll continue on. We have quite a few minutes of this lovely video, so.
Cars are locked and everything's okay.
Why are you?
There's a lot of break-ins. We got to make sure the cars aren't.
You have been calling them?
Can you get this guy away from me?
Go ahead and 10:30.
Hey, step away from me, sir. This guy's been following me. Get away from me. Get away from me.
You can just hang tight. That way I have to.
Only he's allowed to use cameras.
Yeah.
Do you see how that's a little odd?
Yes, Chris?
There we go. Okay, so one, who is he to check to see if the cars are locked or unlocked?
That's just a
even
setup.
Proactively. Secondly, if he finds an unlocked car, what is he going to do? Is he going to then open the car to lock it? Or, I mean, these are questions that inquiring minds want to know.
Well, one of the things, of course, we all know this is set up. I'm wondering the race of the person behind the camera. We saw his friend with him there, who appears to be African American and is holding his.
No, the guy behind the camera is PayPal Patty. He's a like a 32-year-old basement troll that who's a white guy, constantly gets arrested.
Okay, I would propose that there's a strong likelihood that this big bald guy who they're saying have him get away from me, called in the complaint and felt important for him to do so because there was a black person involved. And I think if anything, that's what this is about.
Let's not even go there. Okay. Because that isn't race really doesn't have a whole lot to do.
I was thinking that the camera guy was complaining that the black guy was standing too close to it.
Well, what I'm saying is that it doesn't appear as though this cop just randomly pulled these guys over, but that there was a citizen complaint, and if there's a citizen complaint, it's their job to check it out.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, and so she's not harassing these guys because of their race. The guy who filed the complaint is.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yes, at the moment we have a very murky thing. What I've been taking from it is that camera guy is been looking around to see how the cars are and is talking to the cop, and there's a large guy farther down the road that we don't know much about, and the camera guy is complaining that the black guy is with the camera is standing too close to him because apparently he doesn't have the rights to be able to observe things in the way that our camera guy gets to.
The black guy and PayPal Patty are a team.
Oh, they're the tag team. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
this is weird.
So when the officer, first started talking to them, she stated that, a woman in the neighborhood had called because they were looking, looking inside of vehicles, and it seemed suspicious, which, I don't care who it is. If somebody's going around looking inside of all the different vehicles on a street, it does, it does look suspicious. As far as this other guy, apparently he was following them for a while to see what they were doing, and, suddenly it's okay for them to look inside all these vehicles, but it's not okay for somebody to follow them to see what they're doing. So, that's kind of where we're at, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
But we'll continue on and see what else.
I agree. Looking in the vehicles is very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I live in a neighborhood where you report somebody who's doing that, or you go confront them yourself immediately because they're looking to break in.
Right.
You just know that, but they just chose that because they know it's something that would get people excited.
Right.
So okay.
Well, let's see what happens.
Can you get him away from me?
You could just stand back right there, sir. Do you see how it's a little odd that
Not
you're
really.
admitting that you're opening doors?
No. Hold on. Hold on. No. Let's back up. I didn't say I did that.
Let me correct myself. That you're pulling that door.
I didn't say I did that either.
What did you say?
I said we're making sure that cars aren't unlocked. That doesn't mean that
Are
we're
the
pulling on door
vehicles
handles.
yours?
Okay, so you're telling me.
Hey.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Okay, so
Can you tell me?
no, I'm going to clarify because she's saying that I said I pulled on the handles. I'm
So
not
what
going
did you say? So we can clarify.
what
so
I
I'm
said-
not mistaking what you're saying.
What I said was I was making sure that the cars weren't unlocked, and that could be a number of things, like looking to see if the lock is up or down.
Did you pull at any handles?
Many cars
Absolutely
don't have
not. Okay,
anymore
all right.
a visible lock.
Is there are you at neighborhood watch or something? Are you trying to just be proactive with the neighborhood?
I'm being proactive.
Okay. Are you touching any of the vehicles?
Since I'm under investigation, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
No more, dude. We're not talking.
yeah.
Go on back to your car.
So
Go back to your car.
I'm out here just because there's a concerned
Go back.
citizen.
Be self-fit. You see your vehicle right there? Go back to your car.
Who's this guy over here?
This is a concerned citizen. I have another unit coming in. Maybe you can.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and walk off. I'm going to go ahead and leave.
So his buddy here is telling the cop that the guy behind the camera is upset and she can leave. I have a feeling that that's not how that works. Last time I checked, I'm pretty sure that's not how any of this works. But
I'm beginning to think that this Freedom Bunch also doesn't like the idea of having the responsibility part.
right.
Nope.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, and that's, even just with all these, rights people and stuff that are, complaining about vaccines and, they have rights and they have, all this kind of stuff. They want the rights, but they don't want any of the responsibilities that come with those rights. And I think that's the problem that a lot of people don't realize when they are making those claims. I have this right. Okay, but you also have the responsibility that comes with it. It's difficult to get through to people sometimes.
The agents provocateurs and pricks.
Yeah.
I just have another officer. I'm just called to a call for service, guys. I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay. I'm just trying to investigate.
Blue shirt man ain't going anywhere.
No.
Standing there watching. Okay. Camera guy comes forward, walks away. Now he's into roses. Okay, now what?
Now he's looking at the cop car.
Hey, officer, your door is unlocked over here. You got guns in the vehicle and you got it unlocked.
It's locked.
Well, no, it's.
Gun is under a gun lock.
I know, but you know, it could be mistaken. Somebody could get in there and take the gun, and but it is unlocked.
It's locked.
But did you lock it?
Yes, sir.
You just
Thank
locked
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
Okay,
I
it.
appreciate
I'm gonna go
that.
this-
Thank you.
I don't want to bump into you or anything, but
I know I don't want to
I
bump
appreciate
into
it,
it.
sir.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Okay, I'll
we
get
don't
your
want
information in a little bit.
so are we
This
are we
guy's got-
detained?
As of right now, I'm
A
just
terribly
investigating.
weak
Okay, because you did
attitude.
tell me to turn around earlier, and I just want to clarify.
As of right now, no, because I
Okay.
don't have a criminal offense, but it is reasonable, you know, based on what's going. Get the 2 calls, 1 call.
There's 2 calls.
There was a call for service that came in, and the gentleman right here that's indicating that he observed some unusual activity.
Oh.
I'm just investigating.
Okay.
Guys. I'm just investigating.
Yeah, and I don't want to walk off because I don't seem like I'm running, so we'll wait for the other unit.
Okay, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys being cooperative. I'm just trying to do my best with the information that I
Not
have.
very
to make sure that
cooperative,
there's no
but-
criminal offense that's being committed out there, all right? If everything pans out, we have nothing, you guys are free to go at any time. As of right now, I don't have a criminal offense, so
How long
I'm
is
just
this
doing my
video?
job to investigate what's going on.
All right.
This one is 13 and a half minutes.
Yeah, let's zip through the
Yeah.
dead air.
Wouldn't I don't know how the police operation goes on in there. Isn't there like 2 people in a vehicle? So shouldn't there be like another policeman doing something or policewoman?
I don't think always. I mean, I've from what I've seen, I think a lot of places it's just 1 per vehicle.
That seems imprudent in my view, but
I think like a lot of the even when people get pulled over and stuff like that, I think it's usually just 1. If I'm correct, I could be wrong, but from what I've noticed in different videos and things of cameras, what do you call them, dash cams and stuff. Sometimes it's only 1.
Police departments decided a long time ago that they could get better coverage, more coverage of their districts if they put 1 person per car.
Mm-hmm.
But they will
That's
double
true.
up if there's a particularly stressful situation, or there's neighborhood tension of some sort,
Right.
and they feel they need to have more of a militaristic, brain-beating
larger
presence.
metropolitan area that makes sense. So Spokane
Yeah.
is about like 250,000 people metropolitan, and it's smaller.
And if this guy was legitimately concerned about locked vehicles, he would be checking a neighborhood that has more than 2 cars parked on it.
It's a really crowded neighborhood. There's just a lot of vehicles out there.
These are the same 2 people that at 3 in the morning would be shining flashlights at people's houses and going up to the front doors. And when the police were called, they're like, oh no, we're just walking out here with our flashlights. So
Okay, so their whole game is to let's bait the cops or the citizens into calling the cops, so that we can make some bullshit points.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
I wonder if these people the thought in their brain that they have the right to waste taxpayers' money by consuming cop time this way. It's just such bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, Glenn Serio has been known to call 911 because a cop didn't behave the way he thought he should, and I'm sitting there, and then he starts berating the 911 dispatcher, and I'm like, when I had my heart attack, I'm glad Glenn Serio wasn't in town, taking up time,
Right.
and I'm sitting there trying to get medical help.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, they definitely, pull resources away from where they could actually be useful. So, let us continue on.
So do y'all guys just concerned citizens trying to make sure everybody's safe? Is that what y'all
just going to skip through some of the chit-chat because it is a rather long video and it seems like there's not a whole lot going on.
Yes, this is
the hallmark.
This ain't gonna make a cops episode.
Yeah.
Well, it's the hallmark of the true predator. You know, you have to have the dead air.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I think we're up to where the other cop arrives.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gee, why don't you go act like an asshole in front of the supervisor?
It's like just a blue shirt.
Hey, ask for your lawyer. Don't talk to the. Hey, don't talk to him anymore. Ask for your lawyer.
Yeah, always a calm person lawyering up.
You don't got. Hey, you don't have to treat him like that. All right. Who do you think I am?
Okay.
What do we
who are
think
you?
you are?
What's your name?
Well, like that wrong place says.
What's your badge number?
I had
You want to be a tyrant? You want to be a tyrant? Okay. Yeah, right here then. That's right here.
Seems like we don't have anything, so we're gonna go ahead and
Okay.
get out of here.
Let's
okay?
go ahead and tell this idiot that. Hey, did you hear your officer?
We don't have a criminal offense, Sergeant.
No
so-
criminal offense. Okay, are you done being a dickhead?
Goodbye.
Are you done being a dickhead to this guy?
Goodbye.
Goodbye to you.
Goodbye.
No criminal offense. Right there. You heard it.
Goodbye.
What's your
Goodbye.
badge number?
It's right there. You can see it.
What's your badge number? Did you hear what she said though?
Yeah, she said no
are you-
criminal offense. Good job.
Okay, are you out of here now? Go ahead and get out of here, man.
Wow, tough guy. Tough guy.
You're the tough guy. Look how you're talking to that guy over here.
Name, badge number, dude. Name and badge number.
So if I get close to you, because I can't see it, I'm going to get it on film.
No, that's go ahead. I'm not going to touch you, bro. Okay, I got you. Fair enough to do.
Badge
I
number?
got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
You done? Are you done?
I guess we're done because you guys had no criminal offense, so I guess.
So what was the reason for you coming up all aggressive on this guy?
Say what now?
What was the reason for coming up all aggressive on this
I
guy?
wasn't aggressive. I was the lead.
Oh, that wasn't aggressive?
You let me finish?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I was letting him know, that actually both of you, that you were legally detained because
For
you
what
were receiving
reason?
a radio call that someone was burglarized.
Okay, so you can just detain somebody?
And detaining, yeah.
For for what? For investigation for what?
Cars, yeah.
What'd you get called here for? What crime?
I already said it twice.
You didn't tell me. You told him.
I literally did just.
Okay. What was what was the crime?
Okay.
I'm asking you now.
I already told you.
What's the crime?
Okay, you guys done?
You said you got a call,
Yeah.
and I'm asking you what the crime was.
Okay, I already told you. It's for burglary of vehicles.
Okay. She didn't say that. Somebody said that we were looking at cars. That's not
Yes.
burglary of a vehicle.
If you're looking, yes, it's attempt. You're looking at a car. That's what
Attempt.
we're here for.
So
we're
there's a charge for attempted on a car. Really? Really? Are you kidding me? Dude, you're so full of shit,
No, we're
man.
not kidding you.
You're all right, man.
Okay, sir.
All right, you too.
Go hide behind your man.
All right. Yeah, you just had to say it. You just had to get the last word in, huh? Oh, Lord, look at this guy. Look at this tyrant. Look at this tyrant, guys. Are you trying to hit me with the door, man?
Well, if you're standing in front of the
You gonna hit me with the door? You gonna hit me with the door? Really? Come on. Don't be a child, man. Come on. Don't be a child.
Drink, 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 drink.
We'll add a couple more.
I am so sick of these mamby-pamby, lazy ass, idiotic punks using the word tyrant. These people have no fucking clue what tyranny is.
The Stasi.
You know, tyranny is a government that is tyrannical, imprisons its citizens forever for just having a political opinion. They do all kinds of really nasty things to their citizens. They don't pull them over because the citizens said, I think these guys are suspicious. That is not tyranny. That is doing their job.
Yeah.
And just keep using this word is just incredibly immature. and just plain foolish. It's not tyranny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people in Afghanistan are bumping into tyrants.
Bingo. Yeah,
that's
that's tyranny.
That's actual thing. The Stasi, the right-wing dictators that have thugs, they are sent out and round up people and put black bags on them, and you never hear from them again until they find the dead body in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a tyranny.
Well, I just like that he says that the cop came up all aggressive on his buddy, but, if we go back, let's see, where was the cop?
He was chewing his gum very aggressively.
Yeah, I mean,
very aggressive mastication.
Yeah, he looks very aggressive here, doesn't he? He's not even within view of the other person he's talking to. However, somehow that's coming up aggressive on him. Yeah, I think that they
now people in the 19th century would have been just as annoying if they had had phones like this.
That's true.
Yeah. And we just don't know about that because nobody had that capacity. So now we have a new avenue for prickery.
Yeah, the internet has definitely made some things so much better. But other things, it has made so much worse.
Grandstanders have an easy venue to be able to do what they do.
Exactly.
And this sort of person would have been just as confrontational and annoying. It's the thing that's they're parodying in Monty Python. It says, here I'm being oppressed. Look at him oppressing me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, PayPal Patty needs to learn to keep her little penis zipped up in her pants and quit trying to walk around waving it all the time.
Yeah, I feel like years and years ago, people, if they wanted to get, attention or they wanted to, make a scene like this, they had to get in front of news reporters to do it. That was the only way to get, on TV or, get yourself noticed, in that kind of way. But now with the, anybody being able to upload to YouTube, it's just gotten much worse.
We have to deal with that in the social media in the same way that when written language came about. Now you had a new opportunity. People could put up graffiti, they could make posters and so forth and so on. So you have a new avenue of, well, it's on a poster, it must be true. And so you can do that just as easily. In the old days, the only way you could do that is like if you were Ramesses the Great, you put up a great big wall of me defeating the enemies, and it's the equivalent of a propaganda piece that would be on a piece of poster art, and that takes a lot of wherewithal. Now any little jerk can come around and bingo, they got their little cameras, they're posted on YouTube. So we have to deal with it.
I do believe very strongly in the need to, I'm going to use their words just because it fits into what we're doing here, to audit the cops as it were.
Yeah.
If I see, I used to live in Milwaukee, okay? And when I was out and around, I did not necessarily live in the lily white, pristine neighborhoods. If I saw a cop, or 2 or 3 cops, or maybe a couple of squads, and they're kind of surrounding one guy, I don't know what they did when I come upon it. I'm going to park my car and watch and have my camera in hand. Mm-hmm. Because there are very, very bad cops who do very, very bad things to citizens.
Right.
And we need to be vigilant on that and get it on videotape and turn these motherfuckers in. Mm-hmm. But it just makes me so mad that these pusillanimous bastards.
Pusillanimous quidnunc, that would apply in here. Cowardly busybodies.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That will do very well.
Pusillanimous quidnunc. Those are 2 words that people should use more. Quidnunc, quidnunc. It also works in Scrabble.
To create situations. Now, if you're a guy and you're getting beaten up by a bunch of cops after they have the handcuffs on you, yeah, that's tyranny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's
legitimately needs to be exposed. But it's a waste of video time to fritter on in like made up, in your face pretend confrontations like this. It doesn't add to any. It's just pure heat, no light.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was about the end of that video, and he just gets back in.
And we did see some very aggressive gum chewing there.
Yes, very.
It was very confrontational. That man was just chomping on his little gum, and
if-
was about to swallow it.
And if Camera Boy really did care about that neighborhood, you'd think he'd just take the time to pull those ugly weeds out of the street.
Yes, I was noticing that myself. Somebody
Yeah.
hasn't trimmed their little. They've got a tree growing practically out
Yeah.
there on the sidewalk there.
That's
Whee!
true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dear.
Now we know San Marcos, another place to maybe not want to move to because that guy's there.
Well, it's Texas. I mean, I don't want to move there anyway.
That's true. It's very humid.
Very
That's
humid
ass.
and power issues.
Yeah, yeah. Not nearly as bad as some of the sections in Utah. that,
Utah.
Yeah, down in Moab, that's a place.
I
that if
didn't think
somebody
people
wanted
actually
to-
lived in Utah.
Well, not if they know any better. But there's spots down there that are so bleak that if it was paved over with a gigantic carpet of solar panels, it would be an improvement.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well-
remember, Texas is spelled Texass.
Yes, Texas.
The man the state that really knows how to handle its electric grid.
Yeah. That's the main reason I think I wouldn't want to live there. I mean, there's, hurricanes and stuff as well and poor weather, but just, yeah. That whole...
Well, now, they're getting flooding in Houston from these big storms. They have to buy snow shovels now. That even has to come along. I mean,
Yeah.
all of the supposed conveniences of it. I mean, if you're going to California, you're worried about earthquakes.
Right.
You may be sitting on top of a volcano in sections of Hawaii, blah, blah, blah. But, is there a reason why someone would want to move to Texas, given all the things that can happen down there?
I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
they have-
Killer bees and stuff. I know they have that in Arizona.
They have an idiot governor who can't run the damn state to save his soul.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Long day from Ann Richards era, hasn't it?
I wrote him a tweet, or I wrote Abbott a tweet and said, do you think there'll ever be a day where Texas is run again by intelligent people? Parentheses, Ann Richards.
And at the very least, Ann Richards was damn funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. And I miss Molly Ivins too. Boy, that was one.
There's another treasure. Yeah, yeah. That's
Texas lost so big when she passed.
yeah. Well, we're revealing our age and reminding the youngins that there was a world that was different than the one we have now. There were bad things in it, but there were also interesting good things. And what we saw in this video was not on the good thing list.
Right.
For those who don't know, Molly Ivins was a tongue-in-cheek, very biting political reporter down in Texas, and she'd cover national and state news.
Yeah, very
And
perceptive, sharp.
Yeah, she was so right on, and just you didn't want to fuck with Molly Ivins ever.
Yeah.
And she
Interesting.
passed with cancer.
It's a big, diverse state, so there's an awful lot going on in there, and maybe there may be some reforms over the next years where Texas can become a place where you can go, oh yeah, go Texas, but
Right.
it's not there yet.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, with that, I think we're going to wrap it up here for the evening. I do want to thank everybody for coming out early this evening. It seems like storms are starting to roll in at this
The
point.
power gods smiled on us.
Yes. Yeah, it's getting stormy outside now, so I think they're on their way. The radar does not look happy.
Well,
So-
at least that'll be out of the way. Stay safe there and avoid getting hit by lightning.
Yes, I will do all of those things. Possibly not the lightning thing, but somebody's got to take cool pictures of it.
Drink.
Yes.
16 was not enough. We need at least 2 or 3.
Well, we got one more.
Yeah, yeah.
RJ, do your job.
Oh, drink!
There we go.
Up to 18. There we go.
I'll throw
so
in my
this video.
I'll throw in my drink.
installment can vote.
There you go. And then
There we go.
all right. Can we get Chris's drink in
okay.
there?
Sure, drink.
There we go.
Up to 20.
All right.
Had to make it an even number.
Yeah. 1 score and drunkenness ago.
Exactly. All right. Well, again, everybody, thank you for coming out. I do appreciate you all. And with that, I will see y'all next week. So say goodnight, panel.
Good night, panel.
Good night.